Welcome to another episode of Wait Until You See This. I'm Krista.
I am Chris.
How's it going? How you doing? What's up?
It's Sunday
Well,
morning.
I do hope our audio is better. I know in past episodes it sounded like I was in a different room.
I kind of boomered up the software for a little bit there.
Yeah, it's fine. Hopefully it's better.
Plus, I bought this equipment cheap from Amazon, so it's not like the instructions are...
Pretty clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if it works, that's great. We just need to figure out how to work it.
Well, it should have worked last episode, so...
Well, yeah, I hope the quality is getting better. We'll see.
The sound quality's better, the content, still trash.
Not so much. So how you doing? You ready for a brand new week of work?
Fuck the week.
Fuck them stairs.
This weekend has kind of been a loss.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the same shirt from Friday.
You are wearing the same shirt from Friday.
Don't worry, after this, I'm taking a shower. This is an audio podcast. You can't smell it. No video. You're not going to see me.
I can smell it.
I threw a cap on
Why?
because I feel better.
I'm still in my pajamas. That's great. All right.
So how are you?
I'm fine. I'm tired. It's been a busy weekend.
Next weekend, we're not doing shit. Except possibly recording a podcast for all of you.
Both of you.
And I'm one of them because I listen to it.
Yeah. We
It'll be
listen
like,
to it to
I ain't doing that shit again.
see what we can do better next time.
Whoever's listening's like, stop it.
Please stop the podcast.
Cancel this.
That'd be great. Please stop. We can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
It's good therapy.
It is good therapy. You spend some quality time together.
Hiding in a basement.
Hiding in a basement. We should give it some snazzy.
It's a video vault.
Okay. Let's get into it, shall we?
We're live at the Wait Until You See This studios in beautiful Burbank.
Yeah. So this week was my pick. Yeah, we did Ocean's 11.
It's never been done before. What's the target? When was the last time you were in Vegas?
You want to knock over a casino. 3 casinos.
Vegas, huh?
Vegas?
Vegas.
Fantastic.
The heist is impossible.
Casino security cannot be beaten. You're out of your minds.
Exactly.
You are up to something, Danny. What? You're pulling a job, aren't you? You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief.
You're gonna need a crew as nuts as you are. Who do you got in mind?
Smash and grab job, huh? Slightly more complicated than that.
Say we get down the elevator we can't move, and past the guards with the guns, and into the vault we can't open. We're just supposed to walk out of there with $150 million in cash.
Yeah.
Oh.
But these guys
That is the sexiest thing I have ever seen.
are just crazy enough
You'd need at least a dozen guys doing a combination of cons.
Do you understand any of this?
I'll explain later.
to pull off the con
Someone called for a doctor?
of the century.
We're set.
We're set.
We're set.
Do it already.
Well, did you check the batteries?
Congratulations. You're a dead man.
George Clooney, Matt Damon, Andy Garcia, Brad Pitt, and Julia Roberts.
Why do this?
Why not do it?
From the Academy Award-winning director of Traffic and Erin Brockovich.
Because the house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. Been practicing this speech, haven't you? A little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed it. That was good. I liked it.
Ocean's 11.
You're either in or you're out. I'm staying in.
The 2001 version. PG-13, 1 hour, 56 minutes, directed by Steven Soderbergh. He also was a cinematographer on this movie.
Wasn't he in... I think he worked on Misery, because he's the guy who spits on the floor.
He
don't remember.
did a cameo in this movie too.
Gambler number 78.
Pretty much so. There's a lot of gamblers in this. I think they had like 2,000 extras, which tracks.
Yeah, but if you're shooting in Vegas,
Yeah, that's not going to take much.
that's easy. Hey, you want to be in a fucking movie? We'll give you a free buffet coupon.
This movie, I always enjoy watching this movie. The movie opens up with Danny Ocean, played by George Clooney, at a parole hearing. We don't know what crime he's done, but he's doing the time.
He sold pirated DVDs.
Yeah, but apparently it wasn't that serious. This was the only crime he got caught for.
But they're like, hey, we have these other crimes. Do you know anything about those?
Nope.
No. Clooney's like, I've seen fucking Goodfellas. You keep your mouth shut.
Right. Danny gets released, and immediately we learn that it's within the first 24 hours of release because he calls his parole officer at one point. He is in the state of New Jersey.
I'm sorry.
He's in prison in New Jersey, and he is in Vegas and California. He checks in with his parole officer.
He's in Florida. He goes to Florida.
He goes to Florida. His first stop is Frank, but Frank's in New Jersey too, so.
Yeah, he's in Atlantic City. I guess
Atlantic
it wasn't
City.
quite dead yet.
Right. Yeah, we saw some dead stuff.
Is Frank working at Trump Plaza?
He might be. I don't know.
I've got a joke, and I'm not going to say it, so moving on.
So he goes by the name of Ramon.
He looks like a Ramon.
Danny's at a table. Frank comes up, and Danny's like, "Hey, Frank," and he's like, "I'm Ramon." He points to his, name tag. He's like, "Oh, sorry, Ramon." They meet up later for drinks. Danny's got a plan, and he gets a hold of Rusty, played by Brad Pitt.
Griswold.
He is in California, and he is teaching young Hollywood up-and-comers.
The aughts brat pack.
Yeah, to play poker. They're really bad at it. This scene was mainly ad-libbed. The people are Barry Watson, Topher Grace, Joshua Jackson, Holly Marie Combs, and Shane West. So you've got Topher Grace from that 70s show, Holly Marie Combs from Charmed, Joshua Jackson from Dawson's Creek. The other one of them was from Seventh Heaven, and I don't remember where the other one was for him.
Holly Marie Combs from Dr. Giggles.
Yes, from Dr. Giggles, we just watched this weekend. That was disturbing.
Now, since you brought up Topher Grace,
Yes.
it's time for my obligatory Spider-Man 3
Oh, God.
is a fucking piece of dog shit. And also, this aughts brat pack, they're played off like a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Which,
Is it Joshua Jackson who's got oh, no, it's Topher Grace. All of my cards are red. What? It's nothing. He's trying to talk Rusty into accepting a check for payment. And he just looks, Brad Pitt just looks at him like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "Cash it is."
cash is king.
Rusty steps out because these people are driving him nuts. And as he comes back, Danny's there playing poker with the kids. And the two of them work over the group of kids, essentially.
Yeah, they roll them. They roll them for all their cash.
Right.
Classic hustle. It comes out of nowhere.
Danny explains what he wants to do to Rusty. Well, not what he don't. Danny explains.
Ooh la la!
Danny explains to Rusty what his plan is for the heist. Danny reassures Rusty, "I came and saw you first," which we all know is not true.
That was a lie. Well, you had to go to Bernie Mac to find out where Rusty was.
He did. So the plan is that they're going to rob the Bellagio in Las Vegas.
I thought it was a nail salon.
God. On fight night in Las Vegas, 3 casinos have their money. It feeds into one vault.
The Super Vault.
The MGM Grand, the Bellagio, and the Mirage. By Nevada law, every chip they have on the floor has to be covered by cash in the vault. On a fight night, it's $163 million. Next, we go through...
That's the amount of cash I keep on hand, too.
Always. I mean, chump change. All of these casinos are owned by Terry Benedict, played by Andy Garcia, who is a ruthless character. They start collecting their crew members. They start with Ruben, who's played by Elliot Gould, who got fucked over by Terry Benedict. They play this one very well. He essentially bankrolls the whole...
I have a question.
Sure.
I wasn't old enough to remember any of this, but I've seen it now. How in the hell was Elliot Gould a sex symbol in the 1970s?
I have no idea.
I mean, I've heard all, ooh, Elliot Gould, thump, 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 thump. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to downplay the guy, but, he dresses the way I want to dress at his age in this movie.
Yeah. Well, however the hell he wants to, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
Ruben is pissed off because Terry Benedict is blowing up one of his casinos. So he's pissed, and he got screwed out of money and whatever. As soon as they say Terry Benedict, Ruben is in.
You have my curiosity. Now you have my attention.
Exactly. So then it goes through getting the crew together. You've got the Malloy twins, who is played by Casey Affleck and Scott Conn. Livingston, who is a tech nerd. They call him Radio Shack. Somebody calls him Radio Shack.
What the fuck's a Radio Shack?
Right. Basher Don Cheadle, the amazing Yen. He's a real life acrobat artist. This was the only movie the man made, and he went back to being an acrobat. Saul, played by Carl Reiner.
Yeah.
Danny, Rusty, Ruben,
Audrey,
and
Clark.
Linus. Linus is Matt Damon.
He's a pickpocket.
He is, and Danny pickpockets him. They have a little back and forth there, and he's like, "You came highly recommended by Bobby Caldwell." And Linus says, "Fathers tend to do that." It's his dad. They all meet up at Ruben's house, and Danny gives everybody the plan. Linus is sitting outside, and he's kind of hesitant to go in. And Ruben's like, "You're Bobby Caldwell's boy, aren't you?" He's like, "Yeah." Asks him several
Talks about
questions.
Chicago.
Yeah. Chicago's a nice city. You like there? Yeah. He goes, "Get your ass in the house." They go through the plan, and it's computer graphics. They're okay. I mean...
Well, doing it on their own in 2001.
Right.
They don't have AI to do great renderings of hands and people eating.
Right.
I wish there was more nightmare fuel in their computer graphics.
Not a lot.
AI makes people look like they were in a Beetlejuice movie.
AI is terrible. Danny lays out all the plans and all the Bellagio's vault systems. And they're like, this is going to be next to impossible. They're going to take the $163 million and divide it by 11. Haha, Danny Ocean's 11.
That's what that means.
Oh, God. They have 2 weeks to plan the heist. Everyone has their speciality. Livingston is the tech nerd. So he actually gets into the Bellagio and taps into the security system. Fun fact, Bellagio actually let them tap into their security system.
No shit?
Yes.
I'm shocked.
Yes. They actually lived there while they were making this movie.
Oh, that makes sense. You know, they've got penthouses out the ass up top.
Yeah, they were living in their penthouses or their villas. You see, they have this montage where they are making the vaults to practice.
Yeah, they build the vault.
Right.
In like a warehouse. Gratuitous warehouse hideout.
Right. Absolutely. Frank goes to a van dealership, and it zooms in, and the twins, the Malloy twins, are standing on the bumper, jumping up and down on this van, making the van bounce.
Haven't you ever done that when you've looked at a new car?
Yeah, I have, but not when I was an adult. Frank is in the dealership talking to the guy, and he's trying to make a deal. And he's shaking his hand, and he's squeezing his hand so hard. And he finally gets him down to the price he wants. The guy who played this was also in Casino, and he got his hand smashed. Wasn't it Casino?
Yeah, there's a scene in that. I'm trying to remember. There's a scene where De Niro takes a hammer to some guy's hand.
It's that guy.
That's him?
That's that guy. He gets the...
I don't remember him looking that old in Casino, and that was only 6 years before.
Who knows? I mean, makeup.
You know who else was in Casino? Don Rickles. You know who else was in Casino?
Who?
Joe Bob Briggs.
Oh, God. Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yep. He gets fired.
So they get the vans. Saul's getting all dressed up. They're getting him some fancy imported silk suits. And Danny asks him if he's up for this. And Saul says, "If you ever talk to me like that again, I will kill you." His character is Lyman Zerga.
Is It's got an accent, and he doesn't let it go.
No, he does not.
Even when he's with them, he's doing the accent.
Yes. Linus's assignment as a pickpocket and a stealthy guy, I guess, is
Stealthy. He's
to-
Metal Gearing his ass all over the place.
to follow Terry Benedict around. And so we see this because he is reporting to Rusty. He's like, this man is a machine. He does this at this time, this at this time. There is no variation.
Doesn't he even have his bathroom break down?
I think so.
I think they mentioned it. I'm like, yeah, you gotta change up your shit breaks when you go to shit house. You don't know who's watching.
Rusty and Linus are standing at the bottom of the staircase. And Linus says, this is the best part of my day. And he watches the woman come down the stairs. Rusty looks up and he has a instant, he recognizes this
Recognition.
woman. He turns his back so she doesn't see him. Linus says, I don't know her name. Rusty says, her name is Tess. Tess is Danny's ex-wife who divorced him while he was in the clink.
Convenient. Not really.
Not really. It's
because
part
that
of the
was part
plot.
of the fucking plan. So, and that's the thing. I mean, how long was he in jail?
I don't know. They never say.
He had plenty of time to start planning this shit out.
Right. Absolutely. This is his way of getting Tess back and to rob Terry Benedict.
And again, I don't know, about what, $12, $13 million.
That'll do. Let $13 million,
Yeah.
I think. Because that's when at the end, he's like, $13 million. You have $13 million and you drive this piece of shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that for my ex-wife. I'd take the $13 million.
And run.
Pain and suffering.
Tess is played by Julia Roberts. When they film this, she's coming down the stairs. You don't see her feet because she takes her shoes off. She doesn't like wearing high heels. And so any shot that was on the waist up, she didn't have shoes on. And the staircase would be difficult to navigate with high heels on. So she's barefoot.
You know, Peter Cushing did that in Star Wars.
Yes, I do. Because the shoes were uncomfortable.
He wore house slippers.
I don't blame him. Danny shows up and sees Tess. She's at dinner waiting for Terry. And he has been waylaid by Saul. Saul is playing Lyman Zerga. And he is taking his time and explaining to
It's an old man.
Terry that he's got some precious things that he needs stored. And, you know.
I want him in that shit vault. I want him in the good one.
Right. Tess calls Danny a liar and a thief. And he said, I just lied about being a thief. He asks her, does he make you laugh? And she says, he doesn't make me cry.
Stone cold. There's a lot of that in this scene. She's just,
Ouch.
he'll say something and she'll just nuke his ass
Right.
with the response.
They're sitting there and Terry finally shows up. And the two of them are instant, they're
Oh, yeah.
Danny's like, all right, I'm gone. Basher, who is played by Don Cheadle, is, I don't know what his
Cut the power.
power guy. He is uncredited in this movie because there was a dispute about billing, where he would be billed at,
Really?
Yes. And also his terrible fucking accent. To this day, this man talks about, he doesn't talk about, he hates talking about this accent. He got so much grief about this accent, he'll never do it again. He spent time in London learning this Cockney accent, and it was still terrible. And watching it again, I'm like, yep, that's pretty fucking terrible.
I'm British.
Yeah.
Now, what was he had a disagreement over billing on the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he just come off of Boogie now.
There's a disagreement about the billing.
So it's like, well, I just won't be on there at all.
Right.
And they're like, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. Basher is in the hotel room, and he's making the valuables for Saul. And on the TV in the background, you can see they're blowing up a building, which is Ruben's building. Now, this building is complete CGI.
It wasn't a real building?
No, it wasn't. And I will tell you why. This movie was made in 2001.
They were blowing shit up back then.
What happened in 2001?
Oh.
They were supposed to blow up New York, New York.
Oh, Jesus.
Right.
Talk about timing.
Right. So they made this instead.
Oh, God.
Right.
See, I thought, because I know when they did Casino, they were showing footage of casinos getting blown
Right.
up. That's
Yeah.
why I'm like, there should have just been some stock footage. you
No,
could put
this
on
was
there.
CGI.
Oh,
They created
man.
this especially. They go,
I didn't even think
Yeah.
of that.
neither did I.
And New York, New York.
Yeah, and New York, New York. They're like, probably not. The Malloy twins are constantly bickering. The entire movie. Most of this was ad-libbed between the two of
Yeah.
them. They did a great job. It was wholly believable. I have 2 younger brothers. They're not that far apart in age, but absolutely.
I have 2 children. They're way apart in age,
vast age difference.
and they fucking argue.
The 2
I'm glad I don't argue.
The 2 weeks seem to go by fast.
Well, yeah, it's a 2-hour movie.
You can go fuck yourself. How's that one for you?
Wow, that's rude. You know, there could be children listening to this show. They want to hear 2 old farts talk about a 23-year-old movie.
It's a good movie.
I'll be the judge of that at the end. Stay tuned.
They come to realize there's a power issue. They have to go do a backup thing.
The way I took it was what they were going to do to the power when they blew up that hotel.
Right.
They accidentally did the same thing they were going to
Right.
do.
But now they're
So
fixing it.
They're fixing it, and that would render it not available.
Right.
They go to an EMP,
Yeah, Basher calls it a pinch.
electromagnetic pulse. It only works for 30 seconds.
It was effective enough.
Yeah.
Danny has been red flagged after his run-in with Terry.
He wanted to be red flagged.
He did. It was part
Yeah.
of his plan.
It's all part of the plan.
They have this, Danny and Rusty have this argument in front of everybody. And Danny, you're out. You're too much of a liability. It was part of the plan.
Fake. Deep fake.
Oh, it's fight night. Woohoo, fight night. I have a fact here about fight night. Boxing match. Lennox Lewis versus Vladimir Klitschko. Those were the 2 boxers.
I quit watching boxing when Tyson bit Holyfield's ear, so.
They never fought each other in real life.
Really?
Lennox Lewis actually, his manager said he missed out on 2 championships and like $75 million or something like that filming this movie. I don't know if that's true. It doesn't sound, sounds a bit of an exaggeration.
Yeah, because really, it's him walking out and being in the ring.
Right. He filmed for 2 days.
No.
Right.
All those fucking matches are in Vegas
Right.
anymore.
And at fight night, you see like the who's who of Vegas royalty. Siegfried and Roy are there.
Wayne
Newton
fucking Newton.
is right next to the 2.
He's shooting the shit with Roy, I think.
Right.
Or is it Siegfried? I don't know.
I don't know.
They're both German. Who cares?
They're both dead now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
There are 2 cameos.
God, that was a little cold. Oh, they're both dead now.
There are 2 cameos
Wayne
in
Newton will be next.
this scene from people who were in the original Ocean's 11. But they are the only 2, and they're in Henry Silva and Angie Dickinson in original.
I thought I saw Henry Silva for like a split second.
Yes, he was there.
Henry Silva, who was in
Ocean's 11, the original.
Alligator and Lust in the Dust, where he's almost hooks up with Divine.
God.
Angie Dickinson from Dress to Kill and Big Bad Mama 2. I'm Michael Caine. I'm British.
Stop. Terry takes Zerga's gems to the vault. Saul goes to the security room to watch him do that. In the meantime, the twins have this cart, and the grease man, Yen, is in this cart. And he has 30 minutes of oxygen. They push him into the vault. That's how they get into the vault.
Hold on. I guess somebody ordered Chinese.
Stop! That's horrible.
What?
That's terrible.
No, it's not. Oh. Okay.
The security guard puts the suitcase of Zerga's gems on top of the cart that Yen is in.
They're like, fuck.
Right.
Because you can't touch the floor.
It's got lasers and stuff on it.
They've Mission Impossible that shit.
Clearly. The suitcase almost falls and he catches the chain before it falls.
Yeah, because it's got like a handcuff on it.
Right.
Because those gems from Hobby Lobby, very expensive.
Did you notice something about those gems?
They were red.
No, they weren't red. They were green.
I thought they were red.
No, they were green.
Emeralds.
Just give me a second. I'll get there. Yin gets out, backflips, and lands on the...
Oh, he puts them in his pocket.
Yeah, he takes the
I
gems,
saw that.
puts them in his pocket, flips, lands on the cabinet, shelf, whatever you want to call it, almost falls off. He overshoots it. And he goes to the vault door. He uses the gems. They're explosives.
Oh, I missed that.
They're explosives. And so he puts them on the door to blow the door.
Yeah, I missed that. I thought he just had them in his pocket.
No, they're explosives.
Am I a sap?
On the outside is Danny and Linus. Danny is there because he has been red flagged and they have taken him and put him in this room
Another set of twins.
to get the shit beat out of him by this one guy who Danny pays off for pretending.
This guy looks like the wrestler, the one-man gang from back in the 80s.
Does he?
Oh, yeah. I need to look at it. He probably isn't because
Right.
that was the 80s, but yeah, he's dressed the same, got the same
Yeah.
haircut. Yeah.
Danny says to him, "How's the wife?" He goes, "Pregnant again." So Danny climbs into the ventilation system. Linus, in the meantime, is acting like the Nevada Gaming Commission.
Yeah.
And he is all over Terry Benedict, saying, we've got this problem. I need you to come to pit 5, I think it was. They go over there, and it's Frank. He tells Terry Frank has been posing as Ramon, I can't remember his last name, and that he is banned from casinos. He's a criminal. So they go into this back room, and Linus and Frank just start bickering at each other. Some of that was ad-libbed also. They get into a fight, and you see Linus pickpocket Terry to get the codes for the vault for that day. They change all the time.
Every 12 hours.
He's got the vault codes, and he plays this bumbling idiot. There was a scene earlier where Rusty is coaching Linus on how to, be memorable. Make a funny joke, but don't be memorable. Make it funny, but not funny enough to laugh. And, it's like, well, fuck, man. And he leaves off with, above all, you can't do, and then he gets called away. And Linus is like, what? What can I do? What do I need to remember? They love fucking with him this entire movie. Which, spoiler alert, they do it in the other movies too.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. So back to the vault, they blow the doors and they get in and they take the money. Saul is having a heart attack, distracting everybody from Linus in the hallway, and it flips over from an elevator with Linus in it to an elevator without Linus in it, the security footage. All right, they've disabled the floor sensors. Saul is pronounced dead. Oh, here it is. Argument was a setup.
Who pronounces him dead?
Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
the doctor.
With helmet hair.
Oh, wait. This wig is an Austin Powers wig.
A real one?
A real Austin Powers wig that Mike Myers used during rehearsal.
I don't like Mike Myers.
I know you don't. I just thought it was funny. He pops up and he's got this wig on with the glasses.
Yeah, baby!
We just start laughing. I've seen this movie multiple times, but it's still funny. He's like, did somebody call a doctor? Saul's still alive. They're in the hotel room and they're in the vault. I mean, they're watching the feed. And Saul comes up and sees all the stacks of money and goes, that is the sexiest thing I've ever seen. I love Carl Reiner.
R.I.P.
Rusty calls Benedict. Says, I'm robbing you right now.
Fucking fuck.
Your two choices are, we're only taking half of the money. You have this money here, $80 million, and we're taking $80 million. If you call the cops, we will blow the $80 million. So you will be out $160 million.
Isn't that all insured?
Yes.
So who gives a shit?
He said, you can either lose $80 million quietly or $160 million publicly. He calls the cops. We all know he's going to call the cops. Calls the cops. The money gets blown. Poof. SWAT team comes in. All hell breaks loose. The money is gone. Benedict is pissed.
Oh yeah, he's
Tess has been sent to her room. I'm sorry, but as a grown-ass woman, you send me to my room? You can go fuck yourself.
well,
How's that one
I'm
for you?
sending you to the room. I should have sent you to your room after Earth Girls Are Easy.
Come on, I've made up for it.
Go to your room and think about what you did.
She goes to her room. She's pacing. She's pissed off. She gets a phone call, and she's like, it's like, turn on channel 88.
UHF, nice.
On the screen is Danny and Terry. And
He's letting him go, but he thinks Danny has something
Yeah.
to do with it.
Terry is convinced that Danny has something to do with the robbery.
And in here getting a shippy out of me for an hour.
Right. Danny's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been in here the whole time. And Terry said, I know you had something to do with it. Danny says, no. And as he's leaving, he says, what happened, Terry? Did you get robbed or something? And he stops him and says, I know you had something to do with this. And he said, listen, what if I were to say I would give you all your money back? I could get you your money back or give up Tess. Do you want your money back? And Terry says, yes.
He doesn't fucking hesitate.
No, not at all.
I'm like, wow.
Tess is watching this. She's like, fuck you. I'm out of here. She takes off. Well, she starts to take off. Danny is out. Terry is calling in a parole violation. Clearly, Danny's not supposed to be in Vegas. He's being led away with the cops. Tess is running after him. Stop, stop. That's my husband.
Aww.
Aww.
Bitch, I don't know you.
Danny is in the cop car. She said, how long will you be gone? He said, about 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months later.
The group is back at the warehouse, and they were all walking out and standing in front of the fountains at the Bellagio. This is a callback to the original Ocean's 11 also.
Was the Bellagio even there?
No,
Does
it was
say?
it was a different casino, but
I wonder what casino.
I don't know.
Stardust. I love the Stardust. I have an ashtray from the Stardust.
You do.
You know what I miss in Las Vegas?
What?
The Mafia.
You've never been to Las Vegas.
Well, why don't you take me to Las Vegas
Oh, God.
before I die?
I tried.
I may not be around next year.
So they reveal... Oh, God.
What? What?
Nothing. During this, they reveal the whole con. We see them as a SWAT team.
That's how the money came out.
That's how the money came out.
I can't believe they had Saul as a member of the SWAT team.
Saul was... Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Saul was a member of the SWAT team. They
He
were...
went down a fucking rope like Batman into the vault.
They got them all. They got all the money out with...
In their gear.
They just carried it out the front door. That was when they were planning. They're like, how do you expect to get $160 million out the door? He's like, just carry it out the front door, which they do. You see the van that they used is one of the vans that they had bought, and they have fashioned it to be a SWAT. The vault footage was all fed in. It was pre-recorded
Because they built their own vault.
because they built their own vault. And
But there was one tell.
So Terry realizes that they had the word Bellagio installed on the tile floor.
Yeah.
And looking at the pictures or looking at the video footage, there is no Bellagio on the tile floor. That's how he figures it out.
Too late, but
Right.
he figured it out.
They are gone. They have taken their money and they are gone. The 11 of them split up. Danny's back in jail. It segues to the end where it says 3 to 6 months later.
3 to 6 months later. I read it like SpongeBob.
When you go into prison, apparently, you come out with the clothes you had on. Danny was wearing a tux.
That is true.
You didn't go to prison. Danny comes out, and Rusty is waiting for him. Rusty looks at Danny and goes, I hope you were the groom. Danny says, Ted Nugent called. He wants his shirts back. The line, I hope you were the groom, was a Steven Soderbergh line. He came up with that one.
You know, because prison.
Yeah, we get it. A lot of them.
You meet a lot of new friends in prison.
Yeah. Rusty says, I have something of yours.
Your personal effects.
Your personal effects. And Danny says, where are they? He's like, silver sedan, back row. Terry's guys are following them. Danny and Rusty don't miss anything when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah.
So they're walking up to the car, and Danny's like, you have $13 million and you drive this piece of shit. And Danny looks in the car and he goes, I don't think this is mine. These personal effects are mine. And it's Tess. It's Julia Roberts. And they kiss and they drive off into the sunset.
The end.
The end. This movie, the box office, brought $450.7 million.
Jesus.
It was very reminiscent of, I don't know. You're going to have to cut that out.
No, don't leave that.
This movie brought about a resurgence in heist movies.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I remember.
You had the sequels. You had 12 and 13, The Italian Job with the late Donald Sutherland.
Now You See Me.
Yeah.
Those two movies.
Yeah.
And what about shit? Could you count the Magician movies that came out that run?
I was thinking about the Tower. Is that what?
Tower Heist.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another one.
Little fun facts about this. The Malloy twins were actually wanted Luke and Owen Wilson to play these two.
Shit.
Right.
What happened to Luke Wilson?
I don't know.
He was bigger than Owen for like a cup of coffee and then poof.
Right. Soderbergh wanted someone to play from the 70s to play Ruben.
70s sex symbol Elliot Gould.
Elliot Gould was actually suggested by a crew member. Ewan McGregor was considered for Basher. Bill Murray was supposed to be a lounge singer.
Again?
Yeah.
Now wait, Ewan McGregor, I don't know why they didn't go with him because...
Someone with a real accent?
Yeah, just, okay, you know how you talked in Train Spotting? Do that. Done.
They wanted Danny Glover for Frank.
I don't know. Danny Glover was up there. I don't know. Or I'm thinking he is because he was too old for this shit in 1987.
Yeah,
so.
he was only in his 40s then. Oh, yeah. The reason
he was younger than you in that movie, I
Shut
think.
up.
Yeah.
Luke and Owen Wilson were actually going to play, but they were doing the Royal Tenenbaums, so they couldn't do it.
I was wondering what Wes Anderson movie.
Linus, played by Matt Damon, was supposed to be Mark Wahlberg, but he turned it down for Planet of the Apes.
Oh, God. Oh.
Bruce Willis was supposed to be Danny Ocean.
See, I don't know about that.
Brad Pitt wanted Rusty snacking through the entire movie.
He pretty much is.
The reason he did that is because he wanted to show that they're always on the go. They're always doing something. They don't actually have time to sit down and eat a meal.
He's eating a burger at the end when he picks up Danny.
Yeah, he's eating the entire movie. That scene where Tess comes down the stairs and they're standing there talking to each other.
Yeah.
He ate like 40 shrimp filming that scene.
I like shrimp too, so.
Yeah, well, that was a lot of shrimp. Julia Roberts was not friends with George Clooney before this movie, and she had just come off of Aaron Brockovich, and he sent her a script with a $20 bill paperclip to it and a note that said, "I heard you're getting 20 a film now." $20 million as opposed to $20.
So how close was this after Batman and Robin? I mean, had he done anything between Batman and Robin in this? Or?
I don't know. I didn't even look at that. But
come on.
I have lots of facts
This
here.
is a professional podcast.
We are not being paid, okay?
That's the
not
question
yet been
I
paid.
have.
All right, there's George.
George Clooney. Motherfucker doesn't age either.
No, he doesn't.
Looks exactly the same.
2001.
I was trying to see what else he did between it. Maybe was Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Ocean's 11, 2001. So before that was Spy Kids, From Dusk Till Dawn.
That'd be like getting away from...
The Perfect Storm, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Okay.
Fail Safe? I don't know what that is. Three Kings, The Book That Wrote Itself, South Park.
Oh, so he was doing...
Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, The Thin Red Line, Out of Sight, Murphy Brown, The Peacemaker, another South Park, and then Batman and Robin in 97.
There's some good movies and then some not so good movies.
Okay, so From Dusk Till Dawn came out in 96, but From Dusk Till Dawn, I was talking about outtakes
Oh,
video.
Full Tilt Boogie and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Welcome to Collinwood, Solaris. Okay, wait, that's after.
Yeah, I'm like, you're way after now.
Not that way after. It's just 2002. Ocean's 12 came out in 2004. Ocean's 13 in 2007.
Then we're done.
There was Ocean's 8, but that had Sandra Bullock in it.
That was the one with the women.
Yes. That one wasn't bad. I mean, I like that one. It wasn't as good as this one.
We've already done it 3 other times.
Right.
That's the thing. It starts to get a little thin.
Well, yeah. I liked, clearly I like this movie. I don't think I have any other facts. Do you have any questions, answers, concerns, dedications you want to bring up?
Questions?
I don't fucking know.
Just,
What'd you think?
I liked it. And the reason you can tell I liked it is because I took very little notes. When there are problems, there's a shit ton of notes.
Lots of notes.
I got about 5 pages on Earth Girls Are Easy. So, yeah, I liked it. What I really found interesting about this was I'm watching this, and I'm waiting for them to drop something on Benedict that makes him a criminal.
Right.
Beyond just being a neurotic asshole.
Right.
And they never did.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, he really didn't do anything wrong legally other than this isn't illegal, but I mean, you can treat your partner like
crap.
Shit.
Right.
But yeah.
Should be illegal.
Yeah, there was nothing.
They talk about, once again, in this scene where Tessa's coming down the stairs, and they talk about how ruthless Terry Benedict is, and how somebody screwed him over, and the guy went to jail, he went to prison, something about his wife, bankrupted his brother's tractor business, i.e., don't cross Terry Benedict.
Yeah. But it's all legal.
Right.
I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I liked it. I really didn't take any notes the last 20, 25 minutes because I was into the movie.
I'm glad. I mean, this is the movie I wanted before The Frighteners.
Yeah.
And we didn't have. I'm glad my parents had it so we could watch it. Because I do like this movie. And the whole time I just kept thinking about Brad Pitt and George Clooney's back and forth throughout the movie.
Now, the reason I never saw this was because I didn't know if I could follow it because I never saw the first 10.
Oh, God.
I'm here all week.
Someone would like to come get him. So he's not here all week? That'd be great.
Take my husband, please.
This is terrible. Let me have another.
Really?
I'm teasing you.
Wow. Well, fine. I'll just fucking leave.
All right. Bye.
You don't get a fucking movie now.
Well, that's rude. How many stars would you give this bad boy?
I'd give it 4. I'd give it 4.
Yeah. Are you interested in watching the sequels?
Well, you can save them for the show. We need content. Yeah, I'm interested.
Okay. I mean, what if I told you there was an Earth Girls Are Easy too?
Is there?
No. No, there's not.
I was going to say, have you seen it?
I could watch it. But yeah, 12 and 13.
Well, if you were to whip out Earth Girls Are Easy 2, I'd have you watch Porky's 4.
Ugh. I just literally cringed.
Yeah. Porky's Pimpin' Pee-wee.
Gross.
Enjoy.
Gross. All right, so you got a 4. I give this one a 4. I really enjoy this movie. It's funny. There are bits of comedy. I like that you're trying to figure it out. There's a scene where they talk about pulling the heist, Danny and Rusty. And they're listing off, we're going to have to do a Ella Fitzgerald or, naming all these cons that they have going on. But, I'm like, what does that mean? Nobody knows what that means. And you don't know what con goes with what con, with what action, I should say. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I definitely recommend it.
4 stars.
4 stars. Krista says, check it out.
In the wait until you see this movie guide.
Sure. All right, what do you got for me?
Well,
Do you have something? Because as of coming down here to record, you did not.
I had a couple.
Yeah.
But then you dropped that husband line, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to find a piece of shit.
Oh, great.
So,
I have to take lots of notes.
I still haven't decided between the three.
Well, I have my notes ready to write down what Jem will be watching next.
Oh, really? Let's see. I had a couple ideas, but you've been wanting to see this, so fuck it, let's do it. Train to Busan.
Yay!
On 4K high def, because Black Friday sale. So yeah, we're doing a foreign film. We're getting a little bougie here.
Oh, I like it.
It's a foreign film.
I'm excited
with
about
zombies
this.
on a train.
I listened to a podcast.
No shit?
Shut up. This podcast, it's called That Was Pretty Scary, with Freddie Prinze Jr. and John Lee Brody, and they did this. I've seen part of this movie, just like a little blip. You were watching it, and I was like,
It was on Joe Bob.
I gotta leave. I gotta go do something, or whatever. And so I didn't get to see it. And then afterwards, you're like, this is really good.
This is the best of the three that I had in mind. So,
Is it the most current of the three you had in mind?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
By probably about 20 to 30 years.
Good deal. We'll have to find a time that we can watch this without our child around.
Let her sleep. Benadryl.
I am not drugging our child. I'm not doing it.
It's fine.
No, it's not. All right. That's it. I'm done. Like I said, I like this movie. I enjoy it.
All right.
All right. Until next time.
Train to Busan.
All right. This is Wait Until You See This. We will talk to you later. I don't know what else I'm saying. I forgot how to do this. So, you're going to cut all this out? That'd be great.
No, I never did. I leave all this in.
You don't listen to the podcast?
At least somebody is.
All right. I'm out. Bye.
Aloha.